So what I'll be doing today, guys, I will be looking at this market as it comes to a higher time frame. What I'm anticipating, maybe this quarter, I don't have to look at the whole year, but maybe I'm going to be paying attention just this quarter only, this month, second month, and the third might be from now January up until March. What to expect? And possibly for those who are still with us, yes, I'm still holding a position on AUD and ZD here. Let me just show you guys before we start here. I'm holding a long-term position, AUD and ZD. I'm holding a position here on this pair. Let's look at this thing. It's on the daily chart here. Yeah, okay. It's reverse a page here, but let's look at it. This thing is set up here on a 4-hour chart, right? I was looking at this thing, this breakfast chart here, checked into this order block and break here. This is a long position here, entry. I didn't see this one here. For those who try to say up chill, this is perfect say up chill range here. However, I'm still bullish to this level here to 1180, but we all know that AUD NZD tends to move sideways a lot. If you don't see this picture, I will send to you. That's good. Now that we have that out of the way, let's look at this thing here. Let's look at this on the monthly chart. I'm going to clear my charts, guys. So if you don't know the basics of this thing, so we go together step by step, remove into drawings. Yes, we now have a clean chart on dollar index DXY. So looking at the dollar here this way, the first thing that comes into my mind, I have to look at this thing like the order flow and everything. And the most thing, something that stands out to me here, there are two things that stand out to me in this case. I'm going to highlight them up. It's going to be from this low up to that high, or you can start from this low. From this low here, you had this low to that high, right? Price came back down into discount order block over there. Then from here, right to the upside, then can turn back down into discount in this case. So let's focus on this picture here because that's where the money is, right? Looking at this picture here, and this is going to be monthly chart on dollar index. So what we see here on a monthly chart is that we see a discount. We had this BC here by certain balance sales and efficiency, or aka monthly fair value gap, right? This is a monthly base here. We checked into it here, and one thing I love about this so much is that we have first created some lows here. We create this low, and this low here. Then this moved to downside. It took out all of this low, which means sell side liquidity was taken out here. Liquidity grab, okay. Then before price pushing higher to upside and broke above this high. So which means in this case here, this happens to be a market structure shift on the monthly chart, right? A break above this high here was simply a market structure shift. Push it upside. The price went back down into what? Down to this rejection block here. We tagged into it here. Push high again, didn't break it high, and then came back down to downside again, checking out this low down to the cost patch encroachment of this week here. Let's look at this week, this rejection block here, 50% of which, okay, look at this, look at the body here, look at the body of this candle, check into it again, didn't close below the 50, below the cost patch encroachment of this rejection block here, check into it here, then price took off. Something else that you should pay attention to here, let's remove this, I want to clean chart. We have this low, checking out here, which means price here actually took out this clean low here, sell side liquidity was checking out here, and then from there on, we took off to the upside. Displacement 1, 2, 3, 3 clean massive upside. This is almost the fourth one right here, right? To the upside. So we are heavily bullish on the monthly chart. Let's go down to weekly. Even better here. I remember this, I was expecting price check into this fair value gap here, but simply took off, didn't check this fair value gap at all. However, let's break it down this way. This here happened to be a breakaway gap. We have this low here, a high, lower low, with the space high. We didn't check into the breaker here in order bracket as well. We simply took off to the upside, right? So, which means here, in this case, if you look at the trade here, there was no way for you to check an entry here. However, there's another way. We have this in this case, this more space here, Python balance sales and efficiency, price check into this here. This is going to be what we call IOFED or institutional order flow entry drill. Is where price simply check into the order flow fair value gap and doesn't push much into it, but simply check into it and then it checks off to the upside. So in this case, this push to the upside, in this case above this high, this high, this high as well. The price return back into this here. Fair value gap again here, check into the fair value gap, and then it took off again to the upside. So looking at this thing, the way I see it this way on a monthly chart, guys, we are still bullish here. We are heavily bullish, in fact. Then the fact that we also have this fair value gap here on a monthly chart, and we closed above the cost patch encroachment of this fair value gap here, and this makes me believe that price is most likely going to push and close above this monthly fair value gap, and then use it as an inversion like this. Like to push up a bit, use it as an inversion, and then it continues to the upside. So which might draw on liquidity in this for the next 3 quarter, or for this quarter, it's gonna be in this high right here. This was actually 2022's high. So I believe this is where the dollar is headed up to. So heavily bullish here. Yeah, to this high here, we are bullish to this high. So I want to see price pushing up to this highs there. Let's look at this thing on the weekly chart. External range liquidity has been taken out to check into internal range liquidity here. So which means, yeah, the next few weeks we might see some retracement, maybe possible. However, this past week here, it opened and closed above the previous 2 weeks highs there. This indicates to me that this following week we are bullish, or I'm anticipating what a bullish week. So this upcoming week, this will be from 6 until 6 to 10 of January. 6 to 10 or 6 to 11. Okay, doesn't really matter. Our draw on liquidity is going to be the previous week's high here. This last week's high will be my main draw on liquidity. So if we check the last week's highs, which means I'm going to be expecting one price to push even higher in this week. So we are bullish next week. Let's look at this thing on the daily chart here. Okay, perfect setup here on a daily chart. The way I see it, price push higher. In this case, high of the week was from on Thursday here, and the low of the week was on Monday. Oh, okay. This low of the week on Monday, high on Thursday over there. Okay. So what we see in this case, we are bullish, heavily bullish, and we look at Friday here. Friday was simply an inside day or inside bar. So how do we approach this thing here? This is obviously we have an internal range liquidity here, aka fabric gap, aka BC, or bias-side balance side efficiency. So I believe price will simply check into this fabric gap here, and then it takes off to the upside. That's what I'm expecting, a bullish move on this week. So it can still push lower. I mean, Monday, Tuesday from low of the week before we push higher to this highs over there. That's also going to be the case. It's possible that we may see Monday pushing lower, Tuesday low from low of the week, then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to the upside. It's possible it can happen like that, because we tend to get the low of the week between Tuesday and Wednesday. About 75% of the time, low of the week tends to be Tuesday and Wednesday. So GXY, I am bullish, guys. Long term, this quarter, the first quarter of 2025, I am bullish, heavily bullish, anticipating what higher prices. I don't need for us to go down to lower term. I'm going to stop right here on this daily chart. And for those of you in my group, guys, lately you've seen me delivering some top setups, some crazy trades as well. Same trades that I use to pass that FTM challenge with a simple, with a one setup, AG ends again. We're going to talk about that. But for now, let's look at this quarter, the first quarter here. We are bullish on dollar index. On dollar, we're expecting price to push higher to this level. It's going to be 114.84, heavily bullish. Let's take a look at Europe. We're going to start on market chart here as well. Let's move everything here. All right. In chart. There's no need for us, guys, to look at this whole thing in the back over there. We don't really care about it. What we want is this thing that you see right here. And I'm going to show you something basic. Simply by looking at the last 3 candles here, it tells me that the next quarter, we are heavily bearish. Just simply by looking at this quarter here, it signals what bearishness to the downside. So let's look at this range. We have this range high, down to this low, price into premium favorite gap, check into it, push above it, the body tells the story, and wicks do damage. Above wicks, to it, again and again here, we check into this favorite gap, then eventually, finally, price should go to the downside. This move here indicates that, okay, we close above the previous candle's low, huge move, the displacement to the downside, indicating that now, expecting what? Lower price again, huge displacement to the downside again. How do you approach this thing on a monthly chart? This is going to be the price action here, push above high, 3 quarters, again with favorite gap as well here. Buy side, liquidity, check it out by this week. Displace lower, break below slow, maximum shift, price push it toward rejection block here, constant encroachment of rejection block here, back into it, wicks, do the damage, body tells the story, doesn't close above it, some candle, and this move here took out what? This candle's high, right? Buy side liquidity, spot money pairing what? The short orders with the buy stops above this high. Then it displays lower on the monthly chart, to the downside, and looking at this candle here, it pushed lower, didn't close below the low. Can we get a retracement? It's possible. So which means we have a low here, a high, a low, higher high, down to a lower low, making this down close candle here, a bearish breaker. Let's extend it to the right. We have a breaker there, up close candle, bearish order block. What else do we have? This here. From this candle is low, this candle is high. It's what? It's a CD, sustained balanced by selling efficiency, aka bearish fair value gap, aka interlinear range liquidity, fair value gap here. So the question is, can price turn back up into this level and push lower? I don't think so. This month, looking at this candle here, we are bearish. Now in January, where is the key? Something that is disturbing me here is this. We have this monthly BC, bison balance selling efficiency here. And what gives me the problem is that we didn't close even to the cost encroachment of this CB here. So what am I expecting here? I am heavily bearish, right? I want to see price pushing low. I want to see price closing below the cost encroachment of what? Of this CB here. I want to see price pushing below it and closing below it. So a move like this is an invasion, then continues the downside. Where to? Down to this low here. This is gonna be what? Our drawn liquidity for this year. Sell side liquidity here. Gonna be 995.36. Can Euro USD push below this low? This is gonna be what? 2022 low. Can we push to these levels? Possible. So let's go down to weekly chart. Well, expecting for this week. Yes, we can have some bias for the entire, maybe the quarter and something, but I know most of us here are simply day traders, right? Let's look at this weekly chart here. On a weekly chart, from this high here, we have to go to the present. No, we don't have to. Check into this fair value gap here. The space lower, back up into CB here. Sustained balance by selling efficiency. We check into it, which is space lower. This week again here, push to this very tiny fair value gap here. We'll check into this tiny fair value gap. This basement to downside last week, closing below this candle low, this low, as well as this low. We closed below this low, indicating that next week we are bearish, and my drawn liquidity for next week is gonna be the previous week's low. Right there. This level here is gonna be 220, 223. Our drawn liquidity. Let's go down to daily chart. We look at Friday here. What's the inside bar? So, meaning we have this candle low, Friday's high, next one here, CB, sustained balance by selling efficiency. This, our drawn liquidity here. We have no reason, market has no reason to push to the upside above this highs. Let's look at this thing this way. I'm going to clean up these two lines here. Look at this, fair value gap. We have highs. Check it out here. Into a fair value gap, into a weekly fair value gap. Buy stops above the side. Displays lower. No inefficiencies here. It's only this one right here. So expecting what price to do what? Check into it here. Then push lower. We are bearish. So which means Monday or Tuesday to these levels. To the downside. 223 here or 220 for this week. Let's look at this thing on a 4-hour chart, maybe. But there's absolutely no need for us to do this to go down the 4-hour chart. This range high, down to slow. We are within the fair value gap here. We're approaching this daily fair value gap. What do we have within this daily fair value gap? We also have what? A fair value gap here. Confluences within the daily. However, I'm going to be sticking to what? To the daily fair value gap. What's a fair value gap here? Maybe Monday, Tuesday, high of the week. The space lower to the downside. To our drawn liquidity. Bearish this week. But on Monday, I want to see price filling out this gap first here. So which means I don't have any specific bias for Monday, guys. Yes, I'm going to say that I don't have a specific bias for Monday. Why I don't have a bias? Because we are trading. This Friday was simply what? An inside bar. So if I have inside bar, I don't have a specific bias. I want to see price taking out some sort of liquidity first before I can have a specific bias. However, on a weekly chart, I am bearish. Monthly chart, I am bearish. The quarter, bearish as well. That's going to be Euro USD. Let's look at pound. Yeah, guys, when open up a chart, supposed to be dead like this, supposed to have a lot of drawings like this. This simply means you're always busy, you're always doing something in the charts, right? Let's move this, go down to, should we clean up our charts? There's a lot of things, a lot of going on, a lot of things going on here. Yeah, but let's get more everything here. We're gonna start where? Let's start on quarter, 3 months chart. What do you see here? What does it mean to you? And what do you do with it? First steps, we have this high, down to this low, turn back up into premium. What we have a premium, we have a proportional block here. We didn't quite check into it actually. Unless we decide to use the wicks as well. Proportional block here. Check into it. This high, I'm taking out to premium. I'm gonna put some proper lipsticks on the monthly chart. Again, we still have that high, low, back into premium here. We have a proportional block here. I'm gonna mark this candle. Bearish order block. Fair value gap here as well. Check into this fair value gap here as well. Order block and fair value gap. I just want to keep my shots a bit cleaner here, but we can do this. Stand it to the right. Turn out this high here. Buy side. Liquidity. Smart money pairing their buys with their short orders with their buy stops above this high. And also here we have got down to the weekly chart now. Looking at this high here and this high, and Euro didn't check out this high, which means we have SMT here. Yes, if you didn't see it, this is the move here. This is the high, and on Euro, we were heading lower here. Didn't check out that move, right? But on pound, remember this very well. We've checked out this high, SMT there. Then we displace lower, just like on dollar, breakaway gap, breaker, order block, push below this low. Right? We didn't check into the breaker, plus simply took out to the downside. Okay, so what do we do? What do we do this week? What are we looking for? This compared to 3 months chart back here. Where's our main drawn liquidity for next 3 months? Or this quarter, this year? This low here. We also have this clean low over here. So I am heavily bearish. Monthly chart. This low right here, this will be our drawn liquidity as in sell side liquidity. I am heavily bearish. What else do we see in this case? We had this fair value gap here. Check into it. So the price to push lower now, below it. Use this type of candles as a breaker as well. Break below slow, back into as a breaker. We have this candle here. Push below it here. Wick back into it before pushing lower. Let's go down to weekly chart. Now this way what we want to focus on. Buy side liquidity checking out here. The space lower, breakaway gap. We also only failed this CB here. Sell selling balance by selling efficiency. We'll check into it. Constant encroachment of it. Then we push lower. Let's look at last week. We pushed below the previous 6 lows here and closed below them, indicating that this week we are bearish. Expecting what? At least to this low here as our drawn liquidity, but we also have this low here. So which means for this week I'm gonna use this low here as my drawn liquidity. This will be what? 2300 even number here. 2300 big number here. So I'm bearish, targeting this big number. 2300 or 2300. 1.2300 by the way. This will be my drawn liquidity for this week on GBP USD weekly chart. Let's go down to daily. What is the daily chart? Daily chart again here, just like on Euro, just like on DXY. Daily chart here, Friday, inside chain, Thursday, huge movement downside. What we see here, what is left here? We only have this candle slow here, Friday's high, give us what? Internal range liquidity, aka fair value gap, aka CB. So, Monday, push higher, Tuesday, possibly high of the week, within this fair value gap, then we go lower, anticipating what? Downside move, or a bearish move. So, which means, on a C price, pushing up here, then down to this level. That's how simple I am approaching this week. GBP USD, I am bearish, expecting higher, lower prices. So, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, high of the week, within this fair value gap, then going short. So, does that mean I have a bias for Monday? No, we have Monday, this Friday here was inside value, right? Which means on Monday, I don't have a specific price for Monday. Monday can open, push high, and then lower. I don't care. So which means on Monday, I will simply be focusing on strategies that doesn't require what bias at all. Let me repeat that. On Monday, I will only focus on strategies that doesn't require the daily bias. Yeah, and now I have a lot of people on my arsenal, guys, because they go from you this time around is simply to make as much as I can. Simply that. This year, I simply want to make as much as I can. That's why we are on the first, almost the 2nd of January, and I'm expecting a payout next week. So I'm gonna be aggressive on doing this thing late this year, guys. I just wanna make money, guys. Just wanna make money. So GU here. Let's look at gold. I'm gonna remove all of this here. Today, I'm 6 months, push above the side, close above it. We are bullish, expecting high prices way too. Seems like I like to see all-time high here, 6 months. Okay, let's get gold there. I see danger here. What do you see here? Just by looking at this candles here, guys, this is not something. And let you guys, my analysis on gold lately has nothing to do with what I see on DXY. Again, even the traders, because I've seen DXY pushing high at the same time gold also doing the same thing. Right? So absolutely, my bias, how I analyze gold now has nothing to do with the DXY or with the dollar. Let's look at this candlestick. What you see here, these 3 candlesticks here tells a story. This candle push above this candle sign. This one is supposed to bullish above this one. Yes, bullish. However, this candle here is the one that tells the story, right? You push open, push higher, close a bit lower here, leaving behind what? And intra-range liquidity. And the key here is that this candle, it failed to close above the previous candle size, indicating, okay, now supposed to be looking for now we are biased for this week or for this quarter here, for this quarter here on gold. It's going to be what? Bearish. This was true to the previous quarter's low or this quarter fair value gap. So this quarter on gold, I am bearish. Let's go down to monthly chart. We have this quarter, totally CB here. Monthly fair value gap, we check into it here, but simply still, this is going to be December. We've been moving sideways. We don't know clear direction, right? Here on the monthly chart, obviously, because we have this month of this going to be November. December has been an inside month, so no, it doesn't give us anything clear here. Let's go down to weekly. Don't forget, we still have this quarterly what? BC here as our drawn liquidity. And we have the last 3 quarters low here is going to be this low here as our drawn liquidity. So which means we have what? This low here as well as CB here, indicating bearish. We should be looking for bearish move from there on. Let's break it down what we see here. I'm going to remove this and this here. I'm going to put a shaded area here. So I don't like when I see so many lines so much as in this one. I want to keep it a bit cleaner. So what do we see here? We have this high. This low here is key to me. This low here is key. Let's mark it up. Low, high, with displays. Look at this. 2 full weeks, huge move to the downside, breaking below this low. So meaning this is key to this low. Then from there, price return back to the upside way too into this. Look at this. The Federal broke it close below this level, meaning this is market saw shape, right? Price push back into what? Into fair value gap. Where is it? This fair value gap here. With the chart, we check into it, push lower, check into it again, above this high. Doing what? This key, this move here, took off some buy side liquidity. This candlestick size, smart money doing what? Pairing their short orders with the buy stops above this high. Into this order block, projecting the downside here. Let's look at this last candle here. What we see here, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. This was inside buy, and let's look at took both buy side and sell side and giving us what here? equal highs there. Oh, actually not equal highs. This is definitely not equal highs. Not equal highs. Let's get this. Push above the side. Above the side. By side, you can check it out here. However, my problem now is that we also check out this low here on the weekly chart. No clean direction here. Let's look at the daily chart. Daily chart will tell the story. Here we are. Oh, beautiful setup here on the daily chart. Beautiful setup here on the daily chart, guys. This is beautiful. Look at this. 5 stops. Check it out. This place lower. Market strong shift here on the daily chart. We broke below the slow, meaning heading lower, right? Price turn back up into what, making it this down close candle a breaker. This is a factor making it what, bullish order block. If you have sorry, bearish order block, then price turn back up into what? Series of uptrend candles, order block. What else do we have here? Fair value gap, where the premium. This will be the high of fair value gap. This is gonna be this line here is the low of this fair value gap. We check into the fair value gap, order block as well. Friday, beautiful price action here to the downside. So what does it mean to us? It means we are bearish. Where to? Remember, our main drawn liquidity is gonna be this low here, the previous quarter's low, right? Sell side liquidity. So which means on gold, we are bearish, heavily bearish. Expecting price to push lower to 25.37. This beautiful setup here. I'm tempted to go to lower time frames, but no, we'll see it on Monday after opening price. Yes. So here, still expecting what? Price to push lower to this level. Also, buy side here, checking out into this level gap. This is key here. Marvelous. I'm watching a screenshot of this one here. So let's go down to, we'll talk about euro, pound, and gold. Oh, let's look at NASDAQ now. Anyway, the silver price that we use, we have the highest win rate is on US30, NASDAQ, and Aussie. The silver plate that we trade. Let's remove all of 46 don't hold here. Okay. Monthly chart, let's look at the quarter. Looking at the first quarter here of the general of 2025. We have the previous quarter here, the last quarter of this of 2024. Price push higher. Closed above this high here. This is key. It closed above this high into all-time high. Which means bullishness here. So, I'm expecting this quarter also to do what? To be bullish. Where to? At least to this previous quarter's high. That will be our drawn liquidity for this quarter. Let's look at the monthly chart here. Monthly chart is a bit scary, but no worries. What do we see in the monthly chart? Push above this high, this high. This candle here is key. This, I think this way, this is exactly like gold, right? This is exactly like gold. Oh no, okay. This candle here is key. It push above this candle sign, but failed to close above it, indicating that this week, in this one, we should be looking for lower price. At this way to this internal range liquidity here, to this tiny fair value gap as our internal range liquidity. However, we opened gap higher, pushed lower, we didn't check into it, took off here. I'm gonna go to S&P 500 quickly here, guys. Okay, we didn't do that. Okay, so what am I expecting here? Price to this fair value gap before it checks off. We didn't check into it at all. Let's look at the weekly chart. Maybe we might see something, the reason why I didn't do that. Okay, I see the reason here. Why price didn't push lower down into this fair value gap? It's because we have a volume imbalance here. I only feel the volume imbalance as well as into this order block. Looking at this, oh, sorry. I'm way ahead of my chart, guys. Okay, we have this low, a high, low, high, high. Price jump back down into what? Into an error of inefficiency here, aka weekly chart, yes, volume imbalance. So there was no need for price to push down to this level. Check into this volume balance here within this order block here. Let's go to this order block, main threshold. 50% of order block is main threshold. Remember that? Check into the main threshold of this order block here. Rejected again into it. Simply rejected. So look at these candles here. Ooh, beautiful setup here. Let's look at this candles here. What do you see? We have this candle took out by side and side liquidity, right? And then followed by an inside candle here. This is key here. This is key. It's followed by this inside candle. This inside candle here, which means it happens to be this. Okay. Then price did what? It went lower, checking out this candle slow down to this volume balance again. But failed to close. This is key. It failed to close below this low. It went lower, but failed to close below this low, indicating that on this upcoming week, should we are bullish. Where to? This candle is high here. That's where the market is headed up to this week. Nasdaq, we are bullish. Daily chart. Friday, and then it moved. Took lower to this low here. There's a root price action here. Volume balance. Went higher. It's huge displacement downside here. 5-minute gap, but candle. Push lower again here. We have nothing yet here. However, here is a key. Friday, beautiful setup again. Friday, push above Thursday's highs and closed above it. And from this high to this level, where the only area of inefficiency that we have is going to be this value gap here. So I'm going to use this fair value gap this week or this in the next 2 days or so. Monday and Tuesday, I'm bullish on Nasdaq. And this fair value gap here will be what? My draw on liquidity. So what am I anticipating when price reaches this draw on liquidity? I'm simply want to see price pushing above this high, using this as an inversion fair value gap before it checks off to the upside. This is my analysis looking at Nasdaq. Let's go down to S&P 500. And a lot of drawings there. This means that I spend a lot of my time on charts. 66 drawings, okay? Let's look at the quarter. Bullish on this quarter. Short by liquidity, nothing. We don't have any error of inefficiency here. Look at this from this low here. We don't have any error of efficiency, so the market has no reason to push it downside here. No reason at all. This candle push about this side, but close lower, indicating that this candle is supposed to be bearish, or this month is supposed to be bearish, down the previous candles low. But the fact that we don't have any error of inefficiency here, so I'm not interested in that. Let's go down to weekly chart here. Okay, this is the thing of a beauty here. We have this low, high, low, high, low, high, boom to the downside, the lower low, push below this low. So the key here, here's a question now. Is this a market swap shift or simply a grab of liquidity? Yes, we can all agree that price took out this low, right? The question now is this a market swap shift or simply a grab of liquidity? And to understand this or to be able to answer this question, it has to do with the narrative, your narrative. What's your bias looking at this whole thing here? I am bullish. So which means I'm bullish. It means this here was simply what? Grab of liquidity into an order block, expecting higher prices. Here's a key here. This last two candles here. The previous week was simply inside candle, right? So the candles, and the last week it pushed below this candle's week's low, but failed to close below it. Again, it pushed below this low, but failed to close below it, indicating that this week this is a rejection here. Expecting what? Higher price, where to at least last week's highs, or eventually to this high here. Bullish S&P 500. Let's look at daily chart. With this huge as fair value gap here, doesn't mean anything much anyway. Again, this was simply what? Sell side, liquidity, push higher, down to low, check out this candle, this equal lows here, check it out, push high here in this case. So we're looking at this candle here, doesn't tell us much, and we don't have an error efficiency here. What we simply have this fair value gap here. Monday, Tuesday, this fair value gap here will be my draw on liquidity. Again, this high and this high that I'm aiming for. So that's gonna be S&P 500. Okay, guys, I won't go down to O's and Q or anything like that. I don't find this important. I wanted to focus on these two pairs here. It's gonna be Euro, Pound, and Gold, then S&P 500 and Nasdaq. So on this one, guys, yes, I want to keep it short. We'll keep it that short. There was a beautiful trend setup here on O's. This was beautiful here. Very nice. Why I missed the first entry here. The second one, so I got it. And push higher, boom, to the downside. And when this to the downside is same thing on Q here. And this was precision here. And I sent this to the group actually before even this. The reason why checking this right go down to these levels right here. Look at this streaming chart. Massa shift. Price went back up into what? Into the inversion favorite gap here. Very tiny inversion favorite gap here. Here it is. Check into it. Then boom to the downside. Very nice 6 up there. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be all for me for today. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. We will be live again on London session. And a few days ago, I shared a post, right? Which session do you think we should stream live? I shared a poll here. Where's the poll? Where's the poll? Where's the poll? Okay, like which session do you think we should stream live again? And all the votes, you guys voted. You voted. Let me see. Let's go. Scrolling back into this, I don't see it anymore. I don't see the poll. But I remember the poll, guys. Most of you guys, you voted the London session, right? So which means we'll be sticking to the London session. So we'll be streaming live the entire London session. So, but I won't be able to stream live. But what I will do is that we'll be live for 3 hours. Because London session from 2 up until 5. That will be time that will be trading live each and every single day from 2 to 5 Eastern Standard Time, 8 New York time, or on my local time, that will be 9, from 9 a.m. up until 9, 10, and 11. So for that whole time, we'll be live here with you guys every single day, Monday to Friday. Because I also trade the New York session, guys, so I'm not sure what I will do in New York session, but then given the time and energy as well, I might as well go exactly from 7 to 10 as well. But we will see when it gets to the New York session, or unless, and as well for those who are in the group, whenever I get a specific trade, even if I'm not live, guys, I will make it a point that I stream live with you guys before executing a trade, or maybe if not going to stream live, I'm still going to record a video explaining or detailing everything that I see on the chart that led to that specific trade. I will try to do that every single day, because the point of this group, guys, is not just about signals. I don't really care about signals. I'm going to say it again. I don't really care about signals. But the main thing that I want you to take from this group is that whenever we get a specific trade, I want you to understand the reasons behind the trade, the thought process. Understand it, so maybe you can be able to replicate or do this thing on your own. Because at the end of the day, what I'm trying to do is create independently consistent, profitable traders. That's what I need here. So I will try to do that each and every single day. So guys, from now on, for now, that's gonna be all for me. I'm gonna see you on the next one tomorrow morning. London session 2 to 5. We'll be here streaming live the entire session. Cheers, guys. I'm out for today.